when I was a child, around 11 to 12 years old, I was molested by a guy. I don't want to say I was raped, but that was what it was when I was in boarding school, where my mother sent me to, until finally I cried to my mom, please take me out of this school, else they will kill me. My dear animals of Africa, the problem we have in Africa is that we blame everything on the whites. We blame the whites for the slave era. We blame the whites for almost half of the problems that is caused in Africa by Africans. We are too quick and too fast to blame the white man just because of one singular reason, the slave period. But to forget that the white people did not just come and pick up our people. It was the rulers, our chiefs, that gave our people up for the white people to take back to their land, just because they gave them schnapps, they gave them alcohols, they gave them umbrellas, they brought gifts. Gifts, they gave them humans. That's our own forefathers. Because of that, whatever is going on in Africa today, our African brothers, fathers, mothers, we blame everything on the white man. But tell me, my dear African animals, tell me this today. The corruption, the killings, the kidnappings, the wars that is happening in Africa right now, is it also caused by the white man? We cry that religion shouldn't have been brought into Africa, that we Africans should have continued in the way we used to live by killing twins, that we Africans should have continued by burying people alive when their chiefs and their kings die, that we Africans should have lived in the barbaric lifestyle we lived and we raised in. No, religion shouldn't have been brought in by the white man. Religion is the cause of our problems. So we say, my dear animals, I know we are in this together, because what affects us humans also affects you. And now throughout Africa, there is clamor for LGBTQ plus laws, that homosexuals, gays, lesbians, transgenders should not have right to anything. In fact, if they catch them doing one thing to themselves that they shouldn't do, they will be arrested and sentenced to prison. In a country like Uganda, imagine Uganda sentencing people to death just because of who they believe they are. My dear animals, our African leaders are trying to play God. Yes, because I remember, if they call themselves Christians, my dear animals, they will remember that Jesus Christ said, let the wheat and the tares grow together. Let the wheat and the shrubs, or the shrubs, the wheat, let them grow together. Because in the final day, my heavenly Father will root out the wheat from the tares. And so they talk. But see, our leaders, they are, because this is persecution. This is persecution. Now, do they want to tell me that if all the homosexuals, if all the transgenders are eradicated or sent to prison, that our economies will be better? Is it because of homosexuality that has caused fuel price to rise in Nigeria? Is it transgenders or lesbians that are kidnapping people in the north of Nigeria? The war going on in Sudan, is it because of homosexuality? We have, my dear animals, decided to leave things that are paramount and important and focus on things that are irrelevant. Why bother these people? The only 3 laws regarding sexuality and sexual offenses that should be enacted in Africa and in every other country of the world. First of all, incest. The second, rape, or maybe rape comes first, incest, and the last one is pedophilism. Apart from that, if man won't do, man, what will be your concern? How does that affect the economy, my dear animals? I beg, no one follow see this matter now. I beg, dog, you know, vex at the tap you like now. We think they, you know, I the vex right now. So I beg, no vex. How does that affect our economy? How does homosexuality affect the rate of crime, kidnapping, stealing, even by our leaders? How does that affect the economy? How does that affect the nation? Tell me. We have decided to leave what is important. We've decided to leave the topic of insecurity, leave the topic of government embezzling money, and focus on people that you think have no power for themselves because they are the minority. I will tell you this for free. When I was a child, around 11 to 12 years old, I was molested by a guy. I don't want to say I was raped, but that was what it was when I was in boarding school, where my mother sent me to. Until finally I cried to my mom, please take me out of this school, else they will kill me. I was molested. I was raped. This is something I never say publicly because I never wanted my mom to hear, but now she's gone. And I'm saying it to the ears of everybody in the world. At the age of 11 to 12, when I was in boarding school, I was molested. If there is anybody that should have a form of hatred for homosexuals, I should be the one. But understand, it was just one person who did it. It's not all of them. So I cannot use the sin or the crime of one person to judge a whole set of people. Let these people breathe. They are not the problem in our countries. They are not the reason for our failures. They are not the reason for crime surging and the wars going on in Africa. Let homosexual breathe. So all of those African countries, I stand today to challenge you. If you are enacting those laws in your parliament, in your government, well, you're just chasing clouds, because homosexuality is not the problem of Africa. So boy, the crackhead, make we go cut. Bye for now.